Hello everyone, welcome to Red Snapper, my name's MJ, and this is the most exciting day in the Marvel Snap calendar month because it is patch day, and that means new card leaks, and we've got new information about the upcoming June season, which is called Masters of the Arcane. So we've got loads of spell wielders, witches and wizards, and it looks amazing. We've also got the most anticipated card ever coming to the game, because when I ran a poll with you guys, you said you wanted to see Dormammu in the game more than anyone else, but it's been on the screen this whole time. Let's look at Merlin. Merlin is the season pass card, we believe. He is a 2/3. At the start of each turn, add a wizardly incantation to your hand. But what are the wizardly incantations? Let's have a look at those. There's 3 different ones. We think, anyway, this isn't 100% reliable information because, of course, this is data mining, so things may change. But at the moment, we got information on these 3. The first one is Omniversal Presence, so 1 cost skill or spell, but it's a skill. On reveal, replace this location with a new one and give Merlin +2 power. Banish this. Then there's Once and Future, which is also a 1 cost skill. On reveal, shuffle your lowest power other card here into your deck to get +2 energy next turn. So that's really interesting and really good ramp. And finally, Polymorph is a 1 cost skill. On reveal, transform your lowest power other card here into one that costs 2 more. Banish this. This seems really strong. First and foremost, just at the bare minimum, it is resource generation that happens without you even needing to do anything, you know, as long as you're not Red Guardian or whatever. Merlin is going to produce value that way, and they're all 1 cost skills, so you're going to easily be able to fit them into your strategy. Nice bit of scaling. This looks really strong. Generally speaking, season pass cards are always very strong, so I think Merlin looks really good. I've given him 4 stars. Honestly, once I've got my head around these cards a bit more, maybe I would bump that up a little bit actually, because I think the resource generation is so strong, and some of these cards are so strong. The Polymorph, transforming a card into something that costs 2 more. This guy can generate very, very strong value. So yeah, my scores might change, but as you can imagine, guys, we get this information, I try and get this video out to you as soon as possible. Alright, let's move on to the next card. This is what would have been in like Spotlight caches, but presumably this is just the new card that week, so available in the token shop and also available in the Snap packs that are going to be launching soon. This is Morgan Le Fay. She's a 4/5. On reveal, return all your discarded and destroyed cards to hand with +3 power. I've given her 3.5 stars because I'm not 100% sure on her yet. She definitely has loads of power with this ability to give +3 power to everything she's returning. But then you have got to like replay those cards or play those cards. But that might not be too bad. Like maybe that's not too bad. I mean, there are definitely discard cards which have a high value to like offset their sort of downside of discarding cards. Is there stuff that you would want to destroy, like an Uncle Ben, reviving an Uncle Ben as a 1/5? That might be quite cool. So yeah, there's definitely some interesting options with Morgan Le Fay. She could be cool. I'm not sure yet. I need to think about decks and stuff. Next up is the Ancient One. She is a 3/5, and by the way, I just mocked up this text here. We don't have the text for her yet, the logo I mean for her yet. Anyway, she's an on reveal. Add a Tau Mandala to your hand. I think those are like the shield, like the shield things that the Doctor Strange folk use. And as you can see, she's using it offensively in this token that she generates. So it is the Tau Mandala. It is a 3 cost skill. On reveal, your characters here copy the text of one of your ongoing cards here. Banish this. So yeah, this is very interesting. So it's kind of like, it's almost a bit like a mixture between the images of Icon from Agamotto and just sort of Mystique / Moonstone. Very interesting. So I'll say it again, your characters here copy the text of one of your ongoing cards here. So you can do crazy combos. Think about a blue Marvel. You could have 2 other cards at that location, you play the Tau Mandala, and then you could even play like a Squirrel Girl or something to follow that up with, and slot in that empty slot that is going to be there from the Tau Mandala disappearing. Yeah, this seems very strong to me. I've given her 4 stars. as a 3/5, she's obviously just good. She generates this incredibly powerful spell. So she's kind of like a 6-costed card, but with this ability that is so strong, you can set it up earlier in the game, being a 3-cost, and then you have this basically nuclear bomb in your hand, which could be very powerful. Yeah, huge potential here. I think this is very cool. Next up, we've got Nightmare. This looks bonkers to me. He's a 2/2. On reveal, replace the text of each card in your hand with that of a random card that costs the same amount. I mean, this is bananas. This is a Sauron card, but it's just the absolute high roll Sauron. Because Sauron removes the abilities from your ongoing cards. Nightmare, of course, only going to do it to the cards in your hand, but it's basically like an absolutely mega Sauron because it actually gives your cards abilities. So you could have a 5/14 Red Skull with the ability of like a Gilgamesh or, I don't know, an arrow, whatever. Absolute madness. This seems like Kale. Seems like a mixture between Sauron and Loki. And I love the artwork. I love everything about this. And I've also put one of the potential archetypes, maybe like a Destroyer deck. Imagine having a 6/15 Destroyer or whatever Destroyer stat line is. Can't keep up these days. But then they do something like Leader. Oh, it's so cool. So yeah, I love the look of Nightmare. Next up is Clea. She popped up at the end of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, didn't she? And we haven't seen her again. Clea! There's my wife, Claire. I said Clea, Claire.
Claire means clear.
Claire means clear. Well, this has never been more clear. Clea, yeah, she's a 1/1. After this card permanently gains power, add a Flames of the Faltine to your hand, if in hand or in play. And the Flames of the Faltine, we did actually get the artwork because they were sort of rumoured to be one of the skills that was associated with Agamotto. On this artwork here, you can see it does have Agamotto on. I presume they're going to update that and put Clea on it. Anyway, Flames of Faltine, it's a 1-cost skill. On reveal, afflict an enemy card here with -2 power and banish this. So at its you know, simplest, Flames of Faltine is like a 1/2, right? You're only doing -2 affliction, and yeah, you're not taking up a board space, so there's that somewhat of that value there, space value. The really interesting thing about Clea is that she triggers if she's in your hand or not, you know, when she's gaining power. So there's lots of different ways to do that, be it Kahori, an upcoming card, be it Gwenpool, Galactus. There's lots of ways to trigger Clea. I do wonder how you're going to fit in both buffing Clea and then playing the Flames of Faltine cards that you've got and generating enough value, because it is only a 1/2 sort of, isn't it? And then how do you fit that into your deck? Like, presumably this is like an affliction card. Very interesting. Like I say, I would need to think about what decks she would fit into. I've given her 3.5 stars. Resource generation is good. She works anywhere, that's really good. So she's kind of flexible from the buffs perspective, but I would need to see how she just fits in. It's a tough one. Next up, this one we don't know how we're getting. So I've put unknown, obviously. Yeah, because it doesn't look like he's in Spotlights, or formerly Spotlights, or we don't know, guys. We don't know the future. The future is uncertain. Okay, anyway, it's Nicholas Scratch. He's a 1/2. After you play a skill, +1 power. Absolutely love him. Giving him 4 stars here. I need to actually make a new archetype label for this. I guess it would be like a skills archetype, because he is, of course, he's weaving all of these skills cards together, isn't he? Agamotto. All of the previous ones we've spoken about this video, and some that we're about to speak about too. This seems awesome. I mean, he just seems fantastic. He's definitely going to be able to rise nicely. Let's say he can play 2 or 3 spells out in a game. You know, he's going to be a 1/4 or a 1/5 generally. That's really good. Obviously, really, really good stat line. But the thing is, he can go higher than that. I mean, just imagine images of Icon, and you can triplicate all of those buffs. So yeah, there's definitely some interesting combos here with the skills that we already have in the game, just with Agamotto. So yeah, seems really cool. Very interesting. Right, moving on. Another one that we don't know how we're getting this card, but this is Jennifer Kale. She's a 2/2. Activate. Next turn, you get +1 energy. So she's kind of like a delayed Psylocke. definitely good. Psylocke is obviously good for ramping into specific things, but she has some restrictions herself. Jennifer Kale is basically going to be exactly the same thing. Same stat line as Psylocke, gives you a bit more control about when in the game you're going to gain that energy though. So yeah, seems good. I don't think there's too much to discuss here. I think she'll fit into like ramp archetypes. Beyond that, I'm not sure yet. We don't have too much like actual specific activate synergy, do we? Like, we've got nothing that re-triggers activates, for example. So I don't know beyond that, but yeah, she seems good. This is the big one, guys. This is Dormammu. I've actually written on screen here that we don't know how we're getting him. Actually, when I was finishing off these slides, I actually saw that it looks like he's in an upcoming Spotlight Cache, so probably not a Spotlight Cache, probably just a featured card in the token shop and then available in snap packs. But let's talk about him. He is extremely interesting. He's a 7/10, game start, begin a summoning ritual, add the first step to your hand. So straight away, just from him being in your deck, you're generating value. But what are these rituals? So we don't have artwork for these, but we do have costs. And again, I think I maybe said this at the start of the video. This stuff can change, right? This is data mining and leaks. All of this stuff might change, but this is currently what Dormammu is. Okay, so Ritual 1, we don't even know what it's called. On reveal, this is 0 cost. On reveal, merge your highest powered destroyed card with Dormammu to continue the ritual. Ritual 2, 1 cost. On reveal, Dormammu steals 1 power from each other card's here to continue the ritual. Banish this. And then Ritual 3, so 3 cost. On reveal, destroy 2 of your other cards here to summon Dormammu. Banish this. So your total cost output is actually only 4, and you get to summon Dormammu, who is a 7/10, but actually by this time he's probably going to be somewhere in the region of like a 15 power card-ish, you know, with the 1 card that you've destroyed and that he merges with, and then the power that he's stealing from whichever cards you played that ritual at. I've given him 5 stars just because he seems extremely cool and he does seem strong. Again, I'm filming this video very quickly after seeing this card, so I kind of need to get my head around it a little bit, but he seems very strong on first look. And it just seems so cool to actually build up this ritual and summon Dormammu. That is such a cool element. In terms of the archetypes, this looks like a destroy and or affliction card. We maybe haven't seen the likes of this before, so maybe you've got some hazmats in there, some debris, some Laufeys, you're doing all this sort of stealing, but then maybe like Fire Hair works in this because you're destroying them, re-triggering the value and all of that, and then at the end of it you're getting this juicy plumped up Dormammu, which is epic. He's an epic card, absolutely epic card, so very excited for him. Then we do have, I got 2 more things for you. Okay, first of all, we got an update to Elixir from the new X-Men season. I've bumped down his score here to 3.5 because he's changed to a 2/3. On reveal, one of your cards destroyed last turn gets revived here. So this is interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. I'm trying to figure out what you could possibly want to revive that you've destroyed and get like good value out of it, because him being a 2/3 means you kind of can't play him on curve because you're not going to have destroyed anything by that point, so you've got to hold him in your hand. So then what kind of combo are you doing? So yeah, I'm not too sure about this change. But then the one last thing that I want to talk about, guys, we've got one other skill left over that we don't know which card it's assigned to. However, there is a Doctor Strange variant, as in a variant card, in the season pass for the Masters of the Arcane season. Is Doctor Strange going to get changed and buffed, and he's no longer going to be a move card? Maybe they'll even give us a replacement card for his ability. People have always said that they wanted Doctor Strange to do something different, right? Anyway, we've got here Astral Projection, which has got Doctor Strange on the artwork. It's a 3-cost skill, or at least we think it's a skill actually. It doesn't have banish this, but on reveal, copy the text of an on reveal card in your hand. Actually, unless this, I wonder if this is generated by a location. I could have absolute egg on my face here. Oh, I imagine, because I haven't looked at the location. I bet this is generated by a location in it. Oh, I'm a dickhead. 100% this is going to be a location thing. Give me a second. Astral Plane. After this turn, add a 0 power copy of a card from hand here. Oh, maybe not. No, maybe not, guys. Yeah, so is... Oh, God. Oh my god, I've just seen new reference cards as well. Herbie, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, and The Thing. We are getting new versions of the Fantastic Four. Oh boy. That's me learning that for the first time. Okay, anyway, guys. Yeah, what do you think? Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Right, I'm going to edit this and upload it. See you later.